And three, two. Have you ever been at a bar and thought, I'd like to dominate the conversation, but my footwear isn't projecting the accurate butthead aesthetic? You need the Chelsea. Within minutes, 5 Norwegian cobblers will be dispatched to your location to cobble a pair of Chelsea boots made especially for your feet, while you pontificate about nothing. The beauty of the Chelsea is that there's nothing for you to download. The Chelsea phone is already located in the worst stall of every bathroom in every bar in the world, ever. You know, the place where you get your shitty opinions. You just punch in your credit card number, and before you can finish your Long Island iced tea, your cobblers will be walking through the door. No need to signal, as they will recognize you by the douchey turtleneck. You're undoubted. Ugh! Let me start over, because now I got tongue-tied. My bad. And I need this to punch. Sorry.
It's all right. Just leave a
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it.
leave a 5 count so that I can see in Audacity where to clip.
Yeah. Have you ever been at the bar and thought, I'd like to dominate the conversation, but my footwear just isn't projecting the accurate butthead aesthetic? You need the Chelsea. Within minutes, 5 Norwegian cobblers will be dispatched to your location. They'll cobble a pair of Chelsea boots made especially for your feet while you pontificate about absolutely nothing. The beauty of the Chelsea is that there's nothing for you to download. The Chelsea phone is already in every bar in the world, in the worst stall ever. You know, the place where you get your shitty opinions. You just punch in your credit card number in the call box, and before you finish your Long Island iced tea, your cobblers will be walking through the door. No need to signal. They'll recognize you by the douchey mock turtleneck you're undoubtedly wearing. And before you can condescendingly say, honey, I wouldn't expect you to understand why Jay Cutler is one of the great quarterbacks of our time, to the ladies whose conversation you barged into, you're done. You just polish off your Heineken chaser and tip-tap on to the next bar. Chelsea for the man who's accomplished nothing but feels like everything.
God. Welcome to another brand new episode of the Good and Terrible Show.
We have like the best sponsors this season.
It's been incredible. It has been incredible.
You know, we building up a real
Wow.
audience.
The Chelsea.
Who
I
knew?
didn't I didn't know that first of all, I didn't know they were customs.
Yeah.
And I certainly didn't know that they would come to happy hour to make shoes. So this is fantastic.
Yeah, yeah. On-demand service, it's niching. It's the new thing. You've got to have like a little niche for your business. Niche
Why?
service.
No, serious question. Why do men wear Chelsea boots?
Because they need to know who's not going to stay when the baby comes.
Okay. Yep. No, we're done. That's it. So thanks for listening to this episode. That's it. Everything's canceled. Just that quick.
No more show, no more network.
It's all done because I cannot deal with you. I don't know. I think it's too hot outside for Chelsea boots, y'all.
It's
Like global warming is not. It was 87 degrees today. There's no reason for you to be wearing suede boots. I know your feet stink. Men have the sweatiest feet anyways. Just stop it, okay?
knock it off. Put on a damn
Y'all
weight like a respectable human.
y'all supposed to be the logical sex.
You crazy.
Aren't they?
If you say so, sure.
Mm. Um, well, they've been full of a bunch of attention seeking stunts all week, right?
Worst. The worst of all stunts.
Listen, the Y chromosome is no
Wait,
security.
hold on. I think I just lost you.
Oh,
I think. I think I lost you for a second. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Whatever you said before threat to national security, I didn't get
Okay.
any of that. So hold on one second though, because I also needed to. Sorry that there's going to be so much editing. Okay, I'm good. You should be good. So whatever you said.
The Y chromosome is a threat to national security. This is my personal opinion. And I know that, the intention today is not to do men are trash because everybody already knows that. Like, that's really stale content. We don't have to say that. But they really been the males have been stunting this week. Like
Why
a
are
myriad of stunts.
these are like Olympic acrobatic stunts, high speed chase stunts? Y'all have been Lee Majors of stunts.
They've been full of stunts except for when it came time to qualify for the World Cup.
Oh, ran out of them then.
All
It was so
shade.
funny because they one of the news outlets reported for the first time ever the U.S. did not qualify for the World Cup, and someone was like, "I'm sorry, only the men didn't qualify for the World Cup." It's the way to go, guys. Mother.
The women have won that thing 3 times, but um, the logical sex, genetically superior or whatever, however you want to say, they'll
Sure.
be on the couch. They better be cheering louder than anyone too. Um, so
If you're watching the World Cup with your boyfriend, you can send him to the kitchen.
he
You
better
don't
make
have
you
to do
some.
anything, my sister,
He better make you some potato skins. That is the day.
with the extra
Day.
cheese on them joints.
Yeah, like you ain't got to do nothing. Watch, watch the women bring it home. The women will bring home the bacon this time, so the men can fry it up. How about that?
And burn it because they don't pay attention to shit.
Right. Drip grease on their Chelsea boots. Um,
Can you tell that I'm fed up today?
today,
True.
I
True.
was okay. Yeah. Anyway, so this week, the white man's president challenged Rex Tillerson to an IQ test because Rex has not okay. Rex reportedly called Donald Trump a moron. He did not confirm or deny if it is true, but because Rex Tillerson will not publicly say, no, I would never say that about the Donald, he's brilliant, whatever, then Donald Trump seems upset. And he has challenged Rex Tillerson to an IQ test. And Mensa hopped in and was like, we'll host that thing. Like,
With a messy ass.
can you
How
believe?
messy are you? How messy are you to offer to moderate an IQ test involving Donald Trump? First of all, you know his IQ is 4. So you're wrong for that in the first damn place when you already know the answer. That's like when it's really like dealing with, you remember when like small and he got into some snacks and the crumbs are all over his lips. And you're like, Judah, did you get into the powdered donuts? And he's like, no. And then it's like it looks like cocaine is flying out of his mouth.
Right,
That's
right.
them testing his IQ is. You already know the damn answer, Mensa. Get it together.
Mensa has I mean, they stepped up so quickly. Like, it was not like a half a business day before they was like, y'all can come on down. Like, we can periscope this thing. Like, the American people would love for an IQ test on Donald Trump. Like we've already, I mean, we know he's not going to submit to a psych evaluation because I think that he's full aware that he's batshit crazy and he's out of control. And, like he knows that. Because I don't want to diagnose him, but I had two aunts on my dad's side that have had Alzheimer's, and Trump kind of reminds me of them.
Are
I'll
you
put it that
saying
way.
sundowning? Like when we get his hot mess tweets, he's sundowning. I think that's the
Yeah,
term for it. Like because it's apparently
yeah,
worse than the.
yeah. But the thing is that when they are losing it, they know. And they become very frustrated and very angry because they realize that they can't find words and their memory is fading and they don't remember faces and names and they start sentences and they can't, you know, continue the sentence. They lose their train of thought really easily. You know, they're very frustrated and angry and combative because of their diminished mental capacity. And I think he displays a lot of those traits. And I know that we'll never get a psych evaluation on him um, until he's destroyed the country and he's out of office. And then everyone will be using that as the oh, poor Donald. But
Right. Yeah.
an
Like they did
IQ
with
test
Reagan.
would, right. An IQ test would be ideal because then everybody would be tweeting him every single day about how their IQ is higher than his.
Mm-hmm.
We could really, really drag him. But he's such a he's always got a stunt. Like, why is there always some PR stunt up his sleeve, no matter what?
And this
I
isn't this the first to show you how far he will go. Isn't this the first time we've mentioned him on the show this season?
mm-hmm.
I don't think we've talked about him. Yeah, so he's finally like it was a resolve to not talk about him, but he's finally pulled us semi out of retirement. We're going to completely unretire if he has the IQ that I think he has.
Which is 4 is your
Every
number.
week, every week we will start off the show with "Welcome to the Terrible Show." Donald Trump has an IQ of 42.
He's ridiculous. See, the thing is it okay? So it was a progression because he's been pulling a bunch of PR stunts in a row. Because it was the Sons of Bitches thing, and then it was the um, what's her name, Sarah Chunk from the Goonies, talking about Jamel Hill should be fired, and so they've been like pulling all these stunts.
What truffle shuffle?
Baby. Um, yeah, so they've been pulling a lot of stunts, and I think like him getting in over his head and saying, "I challenge you to an IQ test." Like, I think that is just like that's what the American people need. Like, that will help us all breathe easy. I think. Like, if he wants us to clap for him because we've learned this week that he loves applause. It's his favorite thing. It's like intoxicating. So if we tell him that the entire country will clap for him if he does an IQ test, I think he'll do it. And then we will have that under our belt.
Can I say that I dead ass hope that when he challenged Rex Tillerson to a duel, he took his lace front off and smacked him with it across both cheeks?
You know what?
I
You
can
know
only
what?
want what I want. Okay, that's what I desire. Instead of
Okay.
a white
I'm not.
glove, a dandruffy lace front, because you know that
I
shit has
can't.
skin flakes in that joint. You know
I
it.
cannot do. You're absolutely intolerable.
Mm,
You're absolutely intolerable.
mm. I
We
can't help
also
that. If my imagination is a vivid canvas, should I be penalized for that? I don't think so. Glad we worked that out. So who else
okay.
was starting this week?
Wait, let's wait a minute, wait a minute. So speaking of IQ, right? We know that um one of my faves, right? Ta-Nehisi Coates is Basically, like a genius. He's on the cusp of being a genius. Um, and so, do we not remember that? What's his name?
Who that little boy,
Um,
little light skinned boy?
that little light skinned boy. What's his
I
name?
don't. Mr. Me Too. That's what we calling him,
Uh-huh. Oh God.
Mr. Me Too.
Tony Chatterbox Waxface is fighting mad with see Coates.
You
Why is he so mad with Coates?
like you got to be mad at them full motherfuckers to review a book, sit on it, and then review that bitch again.
He okay.
And it's not, and you gotta say, maybe I'm on the wrong side of history on this. When um Richard Spencer is like, high five, bro. High
When
five,
I
brother. You know how they say that. No, I'm sorry. You know how to say high five, brother.
when I say that took me down, I laughed so hard. I couldn't even mention it. Like I couldn't talk about it because I was laughing so hard, and it's not funny. Like it's not
All you
funny.
can do is laugh at it. The thing is, I like Coates' work a lot. And there are certain things where I'm like, okay, I'm not necessarily with that, but on the whole, I really like his work. I really like the fact that he comes off to me as, he knows how to communicate with people. He knows how to communicate with his audience in this way where you can feel that he's teaching but also learning. And as someone who has not completed my secular education, I really appreciate that. And it just sounds like he mad because he ain't on.
Well, yeah, I think overall the issue is Chatterbox um, Western is like upset because he doesn't feel like Coates deserves all of the credit and all of the accolades that he is receiving because he's not a college, he doesn't have a degree. Period. That's just the bottom line. And because when he did attend the university, it was Howard, and apparently there is some issue that um,
Choo choo choo.
little little tink chatterbox has with Howard, and I only know that because he had an exchange with Jelani Cobb where he tried to basically mansplain. Is it fair to say mansplain when he's talking to another man? Yes, it is. He was
Yeah.
mansplaining to Jelani Cobb about a book that Jelani Cobb actually edited, and he kind of got owned on Twitter, and it was fantastic. But that's where I learned that like he feels like well, he has written in a way that makes people believe he doesn't have respect for people without college degrees and people who attend Howard University. I don't understand why it would matter because I think you can, everybody's an individual and they bring different life experience to their work. They bring different perspectives to their work. Everybody has a different style. So I don't understand why any of those things would make him want to discredit someone unless he's just like I think maybe there's like some respectability issues he's got going on because
And flat
yeah,
out jealousy.
uh, I don't like to call people jealous.
I do. I don't care. It looks to me like jealousy. It. I mean, I'm sure I can say for sure that we've both had to deal with this, where people like to see you on your come up. They don't like to see you get on, especially if you get on and progress faster than they are. You can almost catch up with me, but once you catch up with me or surpass me, it's cool when I'm condescending to you as as my lesser, but when you're a peer or my superior, oh no, I can't do that. So that's how it sounds to me.
Mm. Like that's the tea. I don't know. I just don't understand. And then he didn't back down. Like when you have the face, the face of the Nazi punch agreeing with you, giving you a cosign, and you don't rethink it, you actually come back 2 days later arguing even further. And then he he like hopped in me and Chelsea's mentions and said that he didn't see a valid critique of his work. I just don't know. Like he just wouldn't back down from it. I don't know.
I can
I feel
guarantee you that when he typed all of those tweets before he did that, he said, "First of all, bitch," and then typed,
with the Ray Lewis hand.
"First of all,
First of all,
I'm a grown ass writer."
oh, poor thing. I pity him. I pity him because that attitude is going to keep him exactly where he is.
Mhm.
Like he's not going to experience any growth because if you can't celebrate anybody for their you can't celebrate somebody for their successes, what are you going to do with your own success? Like how are you going to handle the pressure of actually being at the level that Coates is if you can't even handle the pressure of somebody else moving up and leaving an empty spot? Like Coates is now out of your league, right? You should be looking to looking at him like, okay, he's trailblazing. And now there's room for all of us. That's the way I look at it. When I see black people like doing dope shit, I think of it like they just kicked the door in for all of us.
Yep.
That's how I feel about Rod and Karen. That's
Mhm.
how I feel about Kid Fury and Crystal. That's you know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
they kicked the door open for us.
Yep.
They make room. I don't know. I feel sorry. I pity you.
I just can't understand. I can't understand it, and I'm glad I can't. I'm glad I can't because not being able to understand that has really led to a life of blessings. So block them if you want, but that ain't my ministry.
And stay right. And stay off uh, the timeline being a stunt queen.
Please.
Tom Thompson Chatterbox Wilson.
You are a damn menace.
I mean, he don't want nobody to say his name right. All he want to talk about is Coates. I know how to say Ta-Nehisi Coates. Now,
Oop.
how about that? Since that's your focus, I got that down pat.
And there you have it.
That was petty. That was wild petty. I did start reading. I started reading We Were 8 Years in Power. I'm only on chapter 4, and it begins with a nice, nasty, taint hair scorching drag of Bill Cosby, baby. And when I say nasty read, whew, a nasty read,
I might
baby.
have to reschedule my little book queue.
Well, he dragged Bill Cosby for filth and said he ain't never like that. Oh man, he got him
Mm,
good.
praise God.
Nice and nasty. I love it.
Mm.
I won't. Yeah. So yeah, that's like the very first part of the book. There's the forward, then like the introduction, and then it's he's got Bill Cosby by his crooked eye dragging him up and down every page.
I
That's the
don't
way the book
remember
goes.
reading that when we were kids, but is that something
I
that
mean,
happens to you when you get old? Your eye muscles can go all over the place.
when you're a rapist, God just starts snatching shit from you. Maybe if I take this eye, then he can't see the quaaludes. He won't know quaaludes from ibuprofen. I don't know. Like when you ain't living
Fair
right,
enough.
God'll yank it. Don't get your eye yanked out here being old rapey ass, nasty ass nigga and fuck around be looking like Uncle Ruckus and Bill Cosby.
Goodness. The white man smell like lemon pledge and furniture polish. That lemon. Whatever the fuck you said.
Oh God. Stunt queens.
And
Lord.
there's
Okay.
nothing to stunt queen like a Uncle Time shucking and jiving Negro, but that could be another show all of its own.
Man, don't nobody stunt harder than a fucking Uncle Tom. I swear. Woo. We could do an hour on that.
Yeah, that could be a 4-part miniseries if we're gonna keep it a buck.
Oh, honorable mention. Wait, quick honorable mention on this topic since we're talking about stunt queens. Quick honorable mention to Russell Simmons because I'm pretty confident that he bent over into a yoga pose and spread his butt cheeks in an Instagram video. And I'm just saying, I like the way you move because that's some type of shit that I would do out on the street if I got drunk enough. I appreciate it.
I'm sorry,
Stunt
he
nigga.
opened his naked butt cheeks.
No, he had pants on, but like you bend over and then you reach back and kind of, lift your cheeks up. Like,
And that's inspiration for you.
I'm just saying, like, he's not letting money stop his thought activities. He's like, my bussy, my choice.
Oh
Don't let the money change you. Keep it popping. Stunt nigga.
my god. Oh my goodness. You're a goddamn menace.
Stunt nigga. Love it. Bust it open.
And the preeminent stunt, not preeminent, the superlative stunt, queen of the year, the millennium, um, possibly the history of man. Tyrese. You couldn't just get in a souped up Honda and shut the fuck up and drive your little car around. You could have been driving in Fast and Furious Goes to Washington. You could have been driving in Fast and Furious Goes West. You could have been driving in Fast and Furious Saturn on that ass.
Mm-mm.
Any number of things, and you gonna die. You fast your last furious.
Okay,
You're gonna have to be
Tyrese.
fasting when them checks stop coming in.
First, I was just about to say, first of all, how you how you messing up your money? He done felt okay. So remember, he was in a group with Tank, Genuine, and Tyrese. They were supposed to be like, you know, the new nigga LSG. Which I mean, can't none of them compare to Gerald Levert. We already know how I feel about Gerald. So
Yeah,
just so we're clear,
they
like they
started at a
was
deficit.
yeah, like you there ain't please. You can't touch the hem on Gerald's garment. But just to be clear, they were supposed to be like the new nigga LSG. And he done fell out with both Tank and Genuine. How
How
he
you fall
managed
out with a nigga with baby hair?
how you form a group with two people and you fall out with both of them and they're both still cool.
And let me tell you something. Whatever he said to Genuine and made him stop pushing his waves with the toothbrush and the Ampro gel, that was some real shit.
Listen, listen. I don't
Not just
know.
because like, oh no, he didn't.
I don't know what in holy hell is Tyrese's problem. He is he's he's slow, okay? We know that. He's shown us that over
But
the
you know the thing
years.
about Tyrese though, what I think his thing really is, and I don't know if I've ever said it on this show, but Tyrese has he's always been good looking. And good looking dudes, good looking people in general, but good looking dudes tend to have this thing where people just kind of let them slide and say anything and don't correct them. And he's never had to really develop a personality or develop a thick skin because he's had hella people kissing his ass.
Oh, see, my take is so much different. You're so analytical.
What is your take?
I was just thinking, like, you can't really be slow and argumentative.
I don't like you.
You gonna be stupid as fuck and you gonna enjoy arguing. Like, it just isn't going to work unless you like to fight and throw hands. Otherwise, like, but he don't want to fight because he thinks he's too pretty. But he likes to be messy and be argumentative, but he's also slow and does not reason well. So it's just like a bad combination. I just think he's stupid and he has to be right. I wonder what his sign is.
Asshole.
Correct.
Asshole on board.
Let's see when his ugly ass birthday is. And the crazy part is that he is such an attractive man,
Mhm.
but because of who he is, that's one ugly Negro. And why would he come for The Rock?
The Rock talks shit for a living for years. The Rock is one of the best on the mic. He's a goddamn Capricorn, of course. The Rock is one of the best on the mic ever, ever in all of history. Definitely, if he's got in my opinion, the best coming or going. At least as far as current are concerned.
Mm-hmm.
But Tyrese didn't realize that his arms were too short to box.
How though?
Or
You telling
we
me
don't
that
work together. So I know he was frying him.
that's what I'm saying. Like, you work with The Rock, you know you slow. Tyrese can't even barely type out a good morning IG caption.
You remember when Tyrese was hiding in the bushes on Christmas
Man, listen.
and
He
tweeted about it?
like
Like,
you
what?
stalking somebody, bro. You are stalking someone.
You are a real life Jody.
Bruh. He's been around The Rock. How many Fast and Furious movies has The Rock been in? Three?
I want to say at least
Four?
four. At least four.
So think about how much he's been around The Rock. Why would he try? Bruh, he's slow. See, back to my original theory. He's slow. He was he was like a little chihuahua barking at The Rock's ankles for at least 4 days straight, and he got ignored. And then he got ignored. And then he got ignored some more. It's like he went full Tyrese before The Rock replied with a threat that actually maybe made my vagina wet just a little bit. Did you see that? When he had that chain around his neck?
I don't want to talk about it.
And he said,
I don't.
little bitch, he told his little bitch ass to stay on the porch.
I don't want to talk about it.
And then, hold on. And then Tyrese decides that he's going to pull up an old video from 2015, and The Rock told him that his album, Black Rose, which was released in 2014, 2015, was a steaming pile of dog poop and that he should whoop his ass because he can never get that time back and there's dog poop in his ear. And Tyrese posted that video today, basically trying to prove that The Rock has been antagonizing him. And somehow he is unaware that that is completely on brand for Dwayne Johnson. Like, nobody was shocked. Everybody actually just laughed at Tyrese. Like, he thought people were going to be floored that The Rock would do something like that. And everybody was like, bruh, it's The Rock. I
Well,
don't get it.
It's just painful to watch.
I think that he just wants attention. And I think he's upset because The Rock is doing this spinoff.
I really think I'm right. I think that he, at one point in his small circle, he was the center of attention. And then when he was in the R&B world that's still, while it's much larger, it's still a relatively small community, and he had some longevity there. And then he breaks out of this R&B shell, and he's in the big leagues. Like Fast and Furious is a huge franchise. He was working with, Paul Walker when Paul Walker was super hot. So all of these things where I'm the man, and then you get in this crowd where you're just regular people, and that doesn't work with people like that. And then to make matters worse, he got on Twitter, and once we all got to know each other, and we're like, okay, uh, celebrities can be dumb than a motherfucker too, and nobody was impressed with him there. I think he's just constantly acting out when people aren't jerking him off.
But if he was so concerned about that, can I ask a serious question? I
Gee,
want to ask a serious question.
it's
Why is
not a serious
Tyrese
question, but
why is Tyrese an Uber driver then?
so you told me about this. This is going to be my first time looking at it, and I preemptively hate you.
Mm.
Some of y'all don't know, man, but I left the Rolls Royce at the crib, the Range Rovers, and all the real shit, and I jumped in a rental, and I'm riding around getting money as an Uber X driver. Everything counts. Hold on. Hey, my man. You're my first client of the day, and I need to, if you can hear me, man, I need to stop at a car wash. My car is dirty. Hey, do me a favor, y'all. If y'all know what this dude is saying, please tell me in the comments what he's saying.
What is this mustache about? Why did you make me watch that?
What?
Why
No, you asking the wrong. Why is Tyrese Gibson driving Uber?
But it also looks like that's all set up. Fucking stunt queen.
And why did he start? I left my Bentley and my Range Rover at the house today.
What's what's
Mm-hmm.
what's this lip and chin situation going on with him?
I don't know, but he sounds like what was Billy Bob Thornton's name in Sling Blade? Mm-hmm. French fried taters. Mm. Sorry.
I'm
Okay.
not gonna dignify that.
Okay. I'm sorry, but Tyrese is slow. And that's my story and I'm sticking to it.
I just want to know why his facial hair looks like mine before wax day. That is my question.
He's slow. He's got a chemical imbalance.
You are awful. You are.
Without question. Nobody behaves that way. No normal, sane person
Tyrese,
behaves that way.
Tyrese do.
I said sane. Okay, you're going to act like you don't know what I just said.
I don't know what you mean. What a week this has been. Like, aside from the stunt queens, we've had a lot of stuff going on.
It's been busy.
It's so busy.
So we have blogs.
Shirts.
Yes, we've got some shirts.
So apparently, making comments about birth control is the wave, because I tweeted something this weekend that is still making rounds. My Twitter DMs and even my Facebook messages have been blowing up because I tweeted about birth control and how, we want birth control because we're fucking. It's fine. Like, it's totally fine. We don't have to explain, oh, it's for my endometriosis, it's for my cramps. It doesn't matter. If you're getting your sex on, take birth control. And if they don't have to justify Viagra, then we don't have to justify birth control. And even if they did, fuck them. I'm not explaining shit. I'm just at a point in my life where I'm not about explaining shit to people who don't know what the hell they're talking about. That being said, the catchphrase "die mad about it" is like, this is the wave, this is the mantra, this is the movement. And we're selling shirts. We'll have the link in our post. The link is pinned to my profile currently,
And mine too.
but it is not pinned to the Good and Terrible profile because we want to use that for you guys to, number one, follow us on Twitter. That's good_in_terrible. Follow us there and you will be able to see the latest content on goodandterrible.com. We have not only been putting up our show posts, but we've also been blogging. Who have we written about? We've written about Cam Newton, Jamel Hill, nasty ass Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah, it's been a really busy week. And I'm really excited about the support
Yeah,
because everybody has been, really receptive and everybody's been so positive, and we love and appreciate y'all. Truly,
we do.
truly, truly, because, you know, you make it fun. You make it fun, guys. And we get to wear our Die Mad About It shirts all together. And I'm really corny like that. Like, let's all have a day and dress alike
Oh, we're
because,
definitely gonna have a day because we want to get it trending.
yeah, I
We
mean,
want to get
and I'm just corny.
and
So,
you're corny.
and if any of you guys have fine ass dads or uncles, please get them a Die Mad About It shirt because I will Photoshop myself next to your daddy and be like, me and your daddy was just alike at Six Flags today because that's the kind of motherfucker I am.
I think
So,
when you try to get them to do stuff like that, you're supposed to divulge that after.
oh, I would never Photoshop myself into a picture next to your dad.
Mm.
I was joking. Y'all know I be joking.
I almost said something terrible, but I forgot I'm trying to be classy. In
Mm.
2017, mm, mm,
I mean, I would never do that to you guys. Come on.
I don't even know what to
Did
say
that?
about that. I can't even comment without sounding like a hater because all I would do is bust you out. So, sure, girl, you wouldn't do that ever.
Good. Okay, got it.
So, get a shirt. It's Friday. I'm not trying to be in your pockets, but you know that shit gonna be going by Saturday. So go ahead and grab you a shirt. Grab two. Don't forget to subscribe. If you're listening to us, you're probably already subscribed. But take the time to tap your neighbor on the shoulder and say, neighbor, have you resubscribed to the New Good and Terrible Show, iTunes or Stitcher feed? And if they have not, then you've gone ahead and you've done your good deed to the day. Look at you, about to go ahead on to heaven. And that's all we got. Do we have
That,
anything else? No. No. We're good.
that's it. We're good. We're good money. We love y'all.
Muchly. Have a great week. And we will be back next week, halfway through the season, episode 15. Boom. And we realized that our final show of the season, which will be episode 20, that's going to be our 100th episode ever. So we're going to have great things in store. Stay tuned. We love you. Bye bye.